Today, Amy Scruggs, health and fitness, it's so important. We all know we should be doing more. We are going to tackle that right now with the expert, Mike Gonsalves, and he's with Entrepreneur Fitness Academy. Mike, thank you so much for being on
today. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You are truly an expert, so I'm humbled sitting here. We're not going to tackle my health and fitness. We're going to talk about what you do to help people. Tell me a little bit of your background real quick.
Yeah, background's in health and fitness. So I got into the world of fitness just because I'm going to keep this really basic, but back in early ages, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, I loved entrepreneurship and I wanted to become an entrepreneur, but was fed messages that you're not good enough, smart enough, not worthy. So it was terrible. So I actually leaned in towards fitness because that always made me feel good. So I went down the path of sports medicine, went to school for health and exercise, and so I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to help entrepreneurs get past that hump, that mental hump, so they can go on and create the body they want, essentially to go on to create the business they want, because before we can create a healthy business, we must first create a healthy mind, healthy body. So that's what I do.
Well, that was brilliant. You took what you even saw in yourself and went, how am I going to channel this right? I mean, that was a fork in the road for you that went right into success. So your mental awareness to even do that is amazing. So now you've got the ability to be able to help other entrepreneurs. What specifically do you do because typically an entrepreneur, they're busy, they're running a business, they're trying to handle their family. Health and fitness sometimes comes last. Do you find that to be the key?
Sure. If you ask 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs, if you ask 10 entrepreneurs, they all say health is top on their list. 9 out of 10 they actually do it last on their list. So that's just, unfortunately, that's the facts. But the way I help them is, first things first, is just establishing a healthy mindset. You have to have the mindset where it's like, hey, fitness is important, because we often think, hey, well, let's put everything else first, kids, work, family, everything first, and everything else, if I get time for it, I come back to it. We think that's a noble thing to do, which is not the truth. If you actually really care about those you serve, your family, your friends, your kids, or whatever it may be, your business, your career, you'll actually put yourself first, because if you're not at your best, nothing or nobody and nothing around you will be. It's the same reason why on an airplane, this is going to sound cliche, right?
No, I was thinking that.
They tell you put your mask on first. There's a reason for that, because if you're not at your best, if you can't take care of you first, there's no way you can take care of those around you. So that's what we do. We help. It starts with getting the mindset right first, establishing empowering beliefs, because we all have our limiting beliefs. I know I had mine forever because of those not so good stories I was told as a kid. But getting this in check first, establishing empowering beliefs, getting your body strong first, setting up a routine, exercise routine that you can follow consistently and regularly, and then that just translates into everything else you do professionally.
I like how you put health before hustle.
Absolutely.
That hits home for me too, because we're always hustle, so much to do. The day needs us, everybody needs us, a million people need us all the time. The health before the hustle. And that can be overpowering for some people. I think thinking, okay, now I've got to go to the gym, or it's this whole other activity. What are some more simple things that people can put into that mindset to realize that the health can come before the hustle?
Sure.
Without it being overwhelming.
Right, because that's exactly it. We always think it's going to be overwhelming. Like, I don't have time for this.
Right.
When really, I always say, hey, some is better than none. Some is better than none. And the way we approach things in Entrepreneur Fitness Academy is it's small little pieces that we can put in place. Like I call it creating a champion's mindset, where every day you read or you say out loud your new empowering beliefs. Instead of I'm not worthy or good enough, where our internal self-talk sometimes is not the best, we put empowering beliefs in place that says, I can and I will today. Something simple, I can and I will. I can and I will. And every time that limiting belief wants to come up, you say, I can and I will. So you just put yourself in this state where you're already feeling better for the day. Something as small as that. Let's talk exercise. People always think, if I can't do an hour of CrossFit or 7 days a week,
right,
5 minutes a day, 5 minutes of exercise per day, because that little bit will make a tremendous difference. I mean, studies out of Boston University show that just a 15-minute walk lights up your brain like a Christmas tree with all good endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, all these feel-good endorphins and enzymes that make you that much better for that day and for that whole week, for the whole month, for the whole lifetime. So it's just little things like that. Drinking 2 glasses of water per day, having an apple. It's the small things that make the biggest difference. I'll say one more thing, I call it compounding health. We all know compounding interest.
Right.
How the little bit per day adds up in the long run. Compounding health, same thing.
Taking those little extra steps. And anything, isn't it a couple weeks and it's a new habit? So the first day's the hardest, and 2 weeks later you're doing it. Now it's a habit and you're doing it in autopilot, right?
Absolutely. And one thing I'll say is be okay with the fact that every once in a while you're going to fall off track. Expectation is everything. Know that you're going to fall off track. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress. You're going to fall, but we always hear, right? Fall 9, get up 10 times. but get up quickly. Don't get up 2 weeks later. So fall, expect to fall, but get up quickly. Get right back on it.
What do you say to somebody like in their 40s saying, oh, it's too late. I've never had this mindset before. You know, I'm already in my groove. What do you say to somebody that didn't start that young, that wants to start it now and really have a new transformation?
Start small. It's know it's possible. Because you just said right there, what you just said is like, if in your mind is like, well, I'm already older and I don't think this is going to work for me, that's a limiting story. That's a limiting belief as it is.
Right.
Address that. Say, hey, you know what? I'm 40, but I'm better now. I understand better now. You see how that changes? And now all of a sudden, you do that and start slow. Like one of the leading causes of why resolutions don't work, just those talk resolutions, is because people come out so quick out of the gate in January that they can't sustain that. So just start small. So if you're 40, 50, 60, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to turn a new leaf. I want health and wellness back in my life. Start small, 15-minute walk around the block, have that 1 apple, 2 glasses of water a day. Start there and then build on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It is those little steps that transform our thinking and does make us more productive and better throughout the day.
Absolutely.
Health is so important. Where can we get a hold of you?
MikeGonsalves.com is the best place to go. That's where I do all my work, and 98% of it's just free for the consumption.
Wow, and you're the best of the best, motivational speaker, expert. You run marathons. You've been out there doing amazing things. Thank you for being on the American Dream today, because health and wellness, we can't go out and live our American dream if we do not take care of ourselves. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Thank you, Mike. We'll be